It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a can of Modern Times beer, and it's their Blazing World Hoppy Dank Amber Ale. It's 6.8% ABV and it's 85 IBUs. It's been brewed with Nelson, Sauvin, Simcoe and Mosaic, and then the malts are 2-row Munich midnight wheat. Wow, wow, wow. And if it's anything like their coffee ale, their black house, and if it's anything like their Fortunate Islands, their hoppy wheat ale, it's gonna be amazing. Let's get this can of beer out into a glass and see what we get. And there's one thing I really like about canned craft beer is that it's a sealed product. And it's going to keep all of that kind of hoppiness in there and that kind of freshness. There's no light going to hit the can and give it any light strike. I'm a big fan of craft beer in a can. It's a 2-finger, ever so slightly off-white head. There's nice levels of rolling carbonation. It certainly is an amber ale. It's got a slight haze going on as well. Let's get the aroma. Cheers. It's sweet, but at the same time, the beer is kind of, it's almost as if it's contained all of the hops in the flavour of the beer, in the actual liquid. It's not really releasing too much in terms of aroma. It's floral, flowery, your typical pine needle, grapefruit. Smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers. My goodness me. Stone the Crows. Stone the Crows. What an amazing beer. And it's still pulling. And it's still pulling. Wow. Wow. And it's still just tearing my palate apart. Sometimes a brewery will write 100 IBUs and 90 IBUs and whatever on the beer, on the label, and sometimes you feel like it's not quite achieving what they're saying on the label. And I've had the freshest of IPAs, and they're not quite as 100 IBU as they say on the label. They just don't seem to hit that level. This is 85 IBUs, and by goodness me, do you know it's 85 IBUs? It's a massive hop kick. But it's so fresh, it's so drinkable. You've got a little bit of that kind of hop stickiness on the lips, but you must expect that for the amount of hops in the beer. There's lots of tangerine flavours, there's lots of lemon peel and orange peel flavours. There's blood orange in there, there's kiwi fruit, there's mango, there's lots of kind of bitter pine needles. It's like you've picked up a handful of fresh pine needles off the forest floor, you've given them a good old squeeze and you've released all of the flavours and you kind of stick them in your nostrils. And it's that kind of pure citrusy flavour that you get. I love it. I love it. Again, it's nicely carbonated, so the beer gets pushed around the inside of the mouth. It releases and it hits the back of the palate and it hits all of your taste buds. And that's what the beer, that's what the carbonation, apart from making the beer, it's giving the beer life. It's not, you know, there's nothing worse than a flat beer. Plus, when it hits all of them flavours, you're experiencing all of them flavours, and you're experiencing the flavours that the brewer wants you to taste. I'm really impressed by this. Really, really impressed. What an amazing beer. That's a look at Modern Times Blazing World Hoppy Dank Amber Ale. 85 IBUs, and it is, I'm pretty sure it's 85 IBUs from my measure. It's really good beer. It's a Stone the Crows beer, so it's a 9+, less on my rating scale, so let's give it a final rating. And by the look of the beer, by the aroma of the beer, by the way the beer tastes, by the way the beer feels in the mouth, and it's just a complete hop lover's dream. This beer can get no less. If I can't find fault with a beer, then I'm not going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please try this beer. It's a wonderful, wonderful beer. Blazing World by Modern Times. Thanks for watching. Please comment, please subscribe, and cheers.